All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. All right, so we're gonna take a look at the map. We're gonna take a look at some other things as well. Okay, and something interesting at the end as well. So this is a actual different map. I was waiting on the Nineveh Command Center map to come out. It is 1:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's already nighttime in Baghdad. So you know what I mean. So there's no reason why the map isn't out yet. But either way, they haven't put the map out. But Iraqi Day did put this map out, and this is the first time I've ever seen this type of map. But it's basically the same concept. It's just missing some parts here, as you guys can see. I wonder if this map actually can go bigger or not. I don't think so. Okay. See, I'm thinking there should be some other parts here. Let me actually click on it. Okay, so there you can, but you guys can't see it that clear here. But okay, so down here is the federal police, uh, and attack, counterterrorism, and the army. Okay, so let me actually go back to the full map. Okay, so as you guys can see down here, the white is liberated, and the orange is the frontline clashes, and the rest is still under ISIS control. Okay, so not saying that this out here is. He's just they're basically he's talking about the lining of the map, right? Okay. Now remember, we're supposed to be right in here, and I think he's got the army coming in this area, but I don't know. Last we heard was the PMU was on the outskirts right here, and they were going to be coming storming in, and we still have not seen them storm into Mosul. Now you see here, he has these two areas that weren't liberated yesterday, liberated today. So I was trying to wait for the Nineveh Command Center map, but I was like, okay, it's almost 2 o'clock here. I need to put something out, because the report extras. I want to have that out by 5 o'clock. That ain't gonna happen if I'm waiting on this Nineveh Command Center map. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, so it looks like this area now is liberated. It wasn't liberated yesterday. He has it liberated today, and but here's the key. This right here, this area right in here, as you guys are seeing, this is what we need to liberate. This is the most important part of Western Mosul because this is where everybody lives. Right next to the water and the five bridges. Okay, so one, two. Well, they're not going to see the other bridge, but one, two, three, four. So we have these three bridges back. We have one, two, and then there's another one you can't see. And these are two bridges that we're about to have back in the coming weeks. It looks like we're going into April, right? Unless we see some type of massive, massive surge or massive storm in from the northwest, and northwest, north, and west. If we don't see any type of massive storm, we're going to storming in to get this done. We're going into mid to late April, right? So it's very, very frustrating, especially when a body told the world that um, Mosul, actually, Abadi and Obama and the president of Iraq, Mahmoud Massoud, told the world that Mosul would be completed in, December 2016, and here we are 3 months later, about to be 4 months later, when April hits, and Mosul is still not fully liberated. Right? It's Mosul's liberated, but it's not fully completed, and that is terrible. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, if you just do the thinking. This is a city that is still not liberated, and this was the only city that was left to be liberated in Iraq since July of 2016. So they were able to liberate Fallujah in 4 weeks or less. They were able to, I think, yeah, Fallujah was done in about 4 weeks. Fallujah was done in, just put that in perspective. Fallujah was done in about 4 weeks, but they can't get Mosul done in almost a year. And it's a city. Something is wrong, right? And so we understand what it is. We know is that the people that are corrupt are holding Mosul back because they understand that Mosul comes with a free economy. Mosul comes with the removal of all restrictions and things of that nature. I just talked about that in the last video I did. Check out that last video I did. I break it down between free economy and restricted economy. Both have the same enemies. So check that video out. It's really good. Okay. So as you see here, here's the front line clashes going on up here and up here, you know what I mean? And they're going to try to push it this way. Now, remember, the other maps that we're seeing on Iraqi TV show that this is already, we're up here for clashes, and this is 90% completed, and it looks like this will be completed by this weekend. So I want to see if you guys have access to Iraqi TV, and I've seen many shows on Iraqi TV online when I used to study the investment. I know some of you guys are actually able to watch Iraqi TV from the 365 crew and the Eyes Open Media crew. When you see them, when they show the map on television, just take a screenshot of it or a picture of it and send it, post it in the visitors section and let us know. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so this is the V shape that we're looking for, that we're trying to get to for final hours to come up in here. Okay, now you see this V shape is critical because it even has a circle right here for some type of point. Now this could actually be the point where a body plants the flag. It looks like it's significant. This V shape looks significant. It does, and it also will give us 90% of Mosul as a whole completed once we get to this V shape. Once everything underneath this V shape is green, we will they'll declare 90% of Mosul liberated, and then we're into final hours right up in here. This would be final hours. Okay, so this is final hours up in here, and all this rest of this stuff is right now. So yeah, nothing has really changed except for this two parts were turned white, and I haven't seen a Nineveh Command Center map. So yeah, interesting. Actually, let me see if they have the map out right now. Let me actually exit this and let's see if they have the map out. Let's go up here and see if they have the map. Nope, no map. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so they've been talking about this rain. They're using it as an excuse for everything. Here goes. It says Baghdad overnight rain washed spring. Okay, so more news about rain. And Eric brought the forecast and said there's no rain. I don't see any rain. Now, to be fair, the forecast can say no rain, but then there's little pockets of rain here and there, right? So we understand that. We know the weather can say it's sunny, and then there's maybe a pocket of areas that actually do see light rain or heavy rain for a short period of time, and then it goes back sunny again, and the forecast wouldn't pick that up, right? So that just to be fair on that, but my goodness, they're talking about rain, like rain. Like it's just been rainy for like 3 months. I don't know. It's just been crazy. The excuse they've been using about this rain to slow down the Mosul operations has been very weird because we didn't, even with in the military, we don't use those excuses to not do anything. Like if you're in war, we don't use weather as excuses. You know what I mean? Like, does weather stop us from standing a 12-hour post? Does weather stop us from? Does tornadoes or weather storms or rain stop us from going out in war and defeating the enemy? No. You know what I mean? So like the fact that they're using this weather to say, it has slowed down the Mosul operations is kind of this. It's the funniest thing I've ever heard. I've never heard this in war. Like if you're in war, the weather doesn't mean nothing. Okay, when you're stationed in combat zones, weather means nothing. You're still gonna be out there, and you're still going like when we were protecting the military planes out there in the desert, in 130-degree weather, in full combat gear. If it rained, we still have to stand outside. Okay, we still have to stand there and protect the plane. Okay, so if the plane doesn't take off for 6 hours and it's raining and it's pouring, guess what? We're out there in the rain pouring. If there's a tornado, guess what? We're out there in the rain protecting the U.S. planes and U.S. military planes, 24 hours until they lift off. And I remember being out there for about, oh my goodness, we were out there. Maybe we were standing out there protecting a plane that was going to go over, over Saudi Arabia and I think into Rota, Spain. We protected that plane because Saudi would not allow us to fly the plane in their airspace for some reason. So it was a massive delay. We stood out there in 130-degree, 140-degree weather for freaking 12 straight hours standing with full battle gear on protecting the plane. There's no excuses. So you know what I mean? So when we hear excuses about heavy rains and rain, it's mind blowing to me. It's like this is probably why America military is on another level than most countries, than any other country, because they make excuses to why things can't happen, and we just do it. There's no excuse. You know what I mean? There is no excuse at all. So I think that's the difference between the Americans' mentality and the rest of the world. Canada Parliament approves the draft a law against Islamophobia. Okay, so we talked about this in the past. We said this was coming for Canada. We said that the Prime Minister of Canada is a New World Order puppet and a globalist, and he was going to start flooding in refugees into his country to make himself look good and for the New World Order. He's a New World Order puppet. He's he's for everything the New World Order is for, and this is one of the reasons why liberals are going to flood into Democrats and liberals are going to flood into Canada. We already talked about this last year. Okay, and we're already seeing a heavy push of American citizens wanting to come into Canada, especially liberals. Okay, because if Donald Trump stays for 8 years, liberals don't want to be in America. Okay, so even though the borders are being protected and he's bringing back the jobs and companies and he wants to make America strong, a lot of liberals are globalists. They want the world to come in. Many liberals want a new world order. Point blank and simple. I don't know why, they just do. They've been brainwashed that way, and many of them don't. Many of them don't want a new world order. They just disagree with Donald Trump. Okay, but it is what it is. If I was a liberal or I was a Democrat and I saw what's going on in Sweden and Europe and France and just all of Europe combined, like Sweden and France and Germany, I'd be like, that doesn't look good. And here's the thing. It's always something until it happens to you. Then you realize that, oops, we made a mistake, and it's too late, right? Germany's going through that right now. France is going through that. Italy, everybody's going through that right now. And UK is also going through it now. And they're all going to be like, oops, we made a mistake. Okay. So that's what we don't want to do in America. We don't want to make a mistake that we cannot fix, because it's too late now for Europe. Europe is going to crumble, under the refugees and terrorism and all that stuff. And it's too bad, because we did warn them. And Canada will rise in financial power because of this, but they're also going to then see the effects of the refugees as well. Abadi writes an article to the Washington Post for help. I don't know why he did that. And Eric did send me something. I will talk about it on the report extra. I'm not going to talk about it here, but I will read what Eric. You guys can actually pause it and read it right there if you want to. But on the report extras, I will read what Eric sent me, the translation from the CBI from this guy. I did reach out to other people to see if that translation was correct, but it looks like they're giving the green light to the Arabic world, in telling the Arabic world that they have the green light to remove the restrictions and go into a free economy. Okay, I don't know when they're going to do that. Hopefully by the end of the month or in April. Talk to you guys later. Eyes open. Bye.